Oh shit. Can you help me drag OBS over to the TV? Which window do I have Restream open on? No, it's the whatever Restream that the window is on. Yeah. Drag OBS over. No, onto that window. Oh, and help me close all the other. No. Oh, let me show. Damn it. No, because I forgot I had the music playing under it. Yeah, I'm live. Hello, Sir Farmalot. Hello, Nuruponga. Welcome. This is MSI USA, second week back, live streaming. Today I'm going to be doing some photo editing that I really need to catch up on this Prestige 16 Studio. So it's going to be a chill Friday, trying to get through some of my work and coming out and just have a good time. Let me switch screens to... What is up? Hello, Tatsuya. How's it going? So today I'm going through a bunch of my photos from Formula Drift Long Beach. Going through a backlog of my photos that I really need to edit, and I'm doing it today on the new Prestige 16 Studio. So, quick thing about this laptop, it's got the i7 13700H processor. Let me get to the close up. Yeah, so this is a new Prestige 16 Studio laptop. Let me just pull up the specs real quick. So this one specifically has the i7 13700H. It's got a 16:10 screen and a GeForce RTX 4060 laptop GPU. Yeah, and so I've played around with this a little bit at Formula Drift. So it's been a pretty portable laptop, really nice and thin, pretty lightweight, and a really bright mini LED screen. So the music is a bit overpowering. Okay. Let me make that adjustment really quick. All right. Turned it down a little bit. Hopefully that's a lot better. Oops, that's not the right screen. Laptop screen. So, give me 1 second. All right. So yeah, if you guys weren't here last week, we're trying to do a bit more live streams here in the US. So we're today I figured, hey, I got some photos I gotta edit through, and why not just turn this one into a live stream? Runs the streaming PC. Yep, I'm alone right now with the entire setup. I should really change it up so that I could access everything, but the way that I initially set up the this streaming studio space is, I would typically be the one over there where the streaming PC is, doing all of the controls, but right now haven't really adjusted that just yet. So let's get into the photo editing. So let's see. How's everybody's Friday? I'll go through some of the laptop photos. So this is one of the laptops that we had. This is one of my shots for the Prestige 16 Studio at Formula Drift. So part of the setup where you can take photos and set up your tripods, there was a K-rail or a small spot where I just set down the laptop and posed it next to all of the cameras and photo bags there, and thought it'd be a nice lifestyle image for us to use on our social media. Let's take it around with the white balance. Yeah, feel free to ask questions. I have chat open on my other work laptop over here that I'm glassing to every now and then. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, what products, any product questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Oh, that is the wrong shortcut. Sensitivity could be a little bit higher. Let me lock this off. So right now with the current composition, I think it's a little bit, the focus is a little bit off. I have my backpack over here on the left that I think is throwing off the entire focus. So I'm just gonna crop out the backpack a little bit and see if I do this, it's a little bit better. The laptop fills up a little bit more of the image itself. Pepe is in our YouTube, hanging out. What's up, Pepe? Wrong shortcut again. Let's try that. I think I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit more, cut more of the computer out because, no, not the computer, the camera and the tripod. Yeah, so if, I think this is a better composition for the type of photo that I want to have. So the laptop is now filling up about roughly 2/3 of the space. I'm going by the rules of thirds. So I think what I could have done to make this photo better is actually have the camera itself on this section right here next to the laptop. And then I showed Eugene some of these images, one of my colleagues, and he says this cable and card reader really bothers him, so I should have taken some without the accessory attached, so it's just the laptop itself. But yeah, didn't think about it on the actual day, so I am stuck with this. Sorry, Eugene. Play around with the color grading. Go back to the white balance a little bit. This feels like it's a little bit mix of white and blue tones. I usually like to add a little bit of magenta into the photos that I take. Let's see now. Enable. That flattens out the image a little bit, removes some of the vignetting. Maybe I should move that microphone closer. So this is new. Noise reduction, like AI noise reduction inside Lightroom. So I just updated this. This is the first time I'm using this and checking it out. So Enhance uses AI to improve image quality. The result will be saved as a new DNG. Okay. Yeah, I'll play with that another time. I don't think right now is the right time. Swaps SD cards as a reflex. Ah. Let me open this up in Photoshop. So part of the problem is the having this laptop out in full daylight, it produces a lot of glare, so it's really hard to see. It's hard to get a good image of the screen itself and the image on the screen. So I'm actually gonna go to our MSI website and download a wallpaper to Photoshop on there. Let's go ahead. Let's see, let's go to our laptop. Mobile workstation. Whoa, this is new. So this is the main wallpaper that comes with the Prestige 16 Studio. So I'm just going to go ahead and Photoshop this image back on. Photoshop open. I see Mark in the Twitch chat. Hi Demon79, the contrast and exposure will be tricky. Yeah, I'm not going to get it perfectly correct. I don't think I'll get it exactly like photorealistic, but I'm just gonna Photoshop the image on just to see how it looks. If it doesn't look too great, I will probably pass it to our designers to give it a shot. Let's see, so I think I learned something new recently. I was scrolling through Instagram Reels when I saw this trick, but I actually haven't tried it just yet. So normally how I go about editing or photoshopping my wallpapers on laptop screens, I do a very lazy way. I'll scale down the image to about the laptop screen size. And then I'll just hit, was it control? I'll just hit control and then drag each corner. But what I saw recently on Instagram was using the vanishing point filter. So I'm going to give this a shot. I only watched it once and I hope I remember everything that was taught, because it was super quick.
Hey, what you doing?
Just editing some photos.
Of what, Lenny?
No, not Lenny.
Which laptop is this?
It's the new Prestige 16 Studio. Is
16 inch?
Yeah, 16 inch, 16 by 10. It's part of the Prestige line, which is our part of our business and productivity laptops. It's got the studio name because it also has the NVIDIA Studio certification on it. So
there's a certification for that too?
Yep. It's the studio name essentially says like, hey, you know, this is a pretty good laptop for content creation and
studio work, basically.
Yeah.
What's it running?
This one's got the 13th gen Intel i7 13700H and a GeForce RTX 4060 laptop GPU.
Damn, they got a 4060 on this?
Yeah, it's 4060.
How heavy is it? I want to hold it.
Try it out.
Oh, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's super light. Okay, so I was trying this filter, but it didn't work.
Oh, is this the same laptop that you took to Formula Drift?
Huh?
Is this the same laptop
Yeah.
you took to Formula Drift?
Yep.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, and it's got some tire rubber on it, so it's I don't know.
So
if,
it's premium. It's built to last.
Yeah.
If it can withstand tire rubber, it can withstand almost anything. Alright, cool. I will see you in a bit.
Okay. Click the
Give me one of those laptops.
You gotta
New work laptop.
ask Vivian about that. Okay, yeah, so I don't remember how to do this exactly. If I hit OK. Nope, didn't work. I'm going to just go back to my old ways. Control T, and then just click and drag to the corners. So in the Instagram video, the reel, after they selected all the four corners for the vanishing point, I think once they hit enter, it drew like a marquee around it, and as they dragged the image back and forth, it almost like automatically aligned it to the perspective of the screen. But when I hit OK, I didn't get that marquee, so I don't know what exactly happened or what I did wrong, but because it was a short IG reel, there wasn't a lot of information on how to do it properly, and I didn't exactly go in and look up exactly how to use that filter. So I'm just going back to my old ways. Let's see, not inner glow, do inner shadow. Decrease the size a little bit, decrease the opacity, bring the distance back down to 3. Can you even tell? It's a very, very light shadow effect, but it makes it look a little bit more embedded in there. Blend the layer. Yes, there was another trick that I'm trying to remember how to do. I think it was this underlying layer. Oops. Nope. Oh, wait. This way? No. Yeah, so I'm definitely trying a bunch of new things that I did not exactly look up. If I use a blending mode, so the thing is, if I do a blending mode, right, if I use line or screen, or you'll see some of the Lightroom UI blend through plus some of the reflections on site. So let's see. I don't think line does anything. Nope. I'm trying to remember how they did this section. Ellie says, can you choose a prettier wallpaper? If you have a recommendation for me, feel free to let me know. I mean, overall, it's not the... I don't think it's the worst looking screen replacement, but yeah, it's probably not the best. Usually what I'll also do is a fake glare. Let's do screen. It's way too strong. Let's bring it down to maybe 20. Nah, that's okay. I think the screen replacement is better off left to my graphic designer, so I'm gonna stop playing around with this image. Yeah, it looks okay. MSI waifu wallpaper. I do not have any MSI waifu wallpapers ready on hand, unfortunately. Español, por favor. No hablo español, lo siento. That's as much as my high school Spanish that I remember, Omar. Anyways. Yeah, so I think overall for the base image, this looks like an okay photo for us to post on our social media. So, but I think I'm gonna ask our graphic designers to do a better job than what I can do in terms of the screen replacement. So I'll have them take a look at that and then maybe choose a better image than one that Ellie approves of. But let's take a look at some of our car photos here. Am I in focus here? So one of the things that I did differently at Formula Drift this year was it was the first time I was shooting with a 200 to 600 millimeter lens, and I've never shot with a lens with that range before, and it was really different and really unwieldy to actually shoot with. Let's go ahead and crank up the D haze a little bit. Hello? Bit of lag there. Okay, crank up the D haze a little bit. Make it a little bit less blue. Actually, let me check if I'm on okay. Strain the image out a little bit. Add a bit of an S curve. Yeah, so because I was shooting with a 200 to 600, I didn't realize the lens was way too long for Formula Drift Long Beach. I was chatting with Larry Chen and his team there, and they actually recommended that I use something like a 100 to 400 lens. But because I rented the 200 to 600, I forced myself to try to use it, and it was really difficult. As you can see, as I was trying to aim my shot, I missed a lot while the cars were coming down the barrel. So, but glad I got something that was somewhat usable. Okay. Let's look how it compares. So it's got a little bit more contrast, a little bit more color to it compared to when I first shot it. There's a little bit more balance in the white balance. It's not too blue, it's also not too yellow. So overall, I don't too much magenta. Let's try 25. Bring up the shadows, you can see a little bit more detail, but it looks a little bit unnatural. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. That's one long lens. Yeah, so it wasn't my first time shooting Formula Drift, And in the past I brought a 70 to 200, but I always thought 70 to 200 wasn't enough. But once I actually didn't know there was a 100 to 400 lens that I could have rented. I just did not think about it or tried looking. But yeah, the 200 to 600, I think also because of the size of the lens, it was really difficult to even try from 200 to 400s, and it felt like it was not super easy to use. So while I was using a 200 to 600, I more or less stayed at 200 the entire time. Which in that case, I should have just kept using the 70 to 200. This one looks like a pretty good shot. I'm gonna be lazy and just hit copy. I'm gonna hit copy. And then I'm gonna hit paste. There we go. I think the highlights on the car is a little bit too bright, so I'm gonna try to bring that down a little bit. Don't want to do too much. I'm gonna try to fix the composition a little bit. I think there's a little bit too much on the left side. So I'm just gonna go ahead and center the image a little bit more on Taguchi here. Yeah, so as you can see, as they came by as they got closer to where I was standing, the cars were just way too close for 200 millimeters, and I didn't do a very good job of tracking them. So maybe if I had the 100 to 400, I might have been able to see a little bit more of the cars as they got close to the second corner. Yeah, I didn't really prep correctly. I had a monopod somewhere, but I either sold it or lost it or something. So I was using my Peak Design tripod, and it has like a ball head on it. It's meant for travel, I would say, and not. I don't think it's very good for this specific use case. So I don't know where my monopod went, and it was too late for me to buy one, and so I just I did what I could. This one's actually a pretty nice shot as well. I'm surprised how centered and in focus this shot is, so I'm gonna go ahead and play with this one. Go ahead, enable lens correction. Also do a bit of dehazing. So part of the Formula Drift experience is that because these cars are drifting through, they're shredding through a lot of tire rubber, and so they produce a lot of smoke, and standing where you are, you get pelted by tire fragments throughout the day. So I don't know if I'm using dehaze all that correctly, but I find that it helps to reduce the amount of cloud smoke in between the camera and the cars itself. So specifically for Formula Drift, I've been using the dehaze slider quite often. Let's see. Too blue. Too blue. Too pink. Let's see. Daylight's okay. The gray smoke highlights are hearts. Go ahead. this curve here. I still think it's a little bit too blue. Let's try 6,000. I think that's okay for now. I'm gonna bring down the highlights just a little bit. Not highlights, the vibrance and the saturation. Sharpening. Before and after. Before, after. I feel like I could bring down the contrast a little bit. Where's my water? Okay. I think this photo's okay. Maybe I could bring down the exposure just a tad bit. Yeah. Okay. Move on to the next photo. I think this was this during practice run? Oh wow. With this image, I thought this person was standing next to the car. Yeah. How funny. What a happy little coincidence. I quite like this one. Let me play with the cropping a little bit. Enable lens corrections. I'm gonna need to play with the white balance a bit. Haze down, mid-tones up, shadows down, a little bit of the highlights. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Let's see. Too blurry, too blurry, too blurry. Not super happy with this one. Yep, I missed a lot of my shots here. Too blurry, too blurry. Too blurry, too blurry. Too blurry. Was I on the 70 to 200 here? This one looks okay. Nope. I'm gonna leave it like that. If I straighten it out, it cuts off too much from the edge, and I don't think I quite like it. I wish I wish the composition was better. I wish my tracking was a little bit better with this one, but it is what it is. Can't go back. Too blurry, too blurry, too blurry. Huh. I think this one, yeah, I don't like this one because the chase car, because the lead car and the chase car are right in front of each other, it really blends, and so this just doesn't look too good to me. So I'm just gonna skip editing this one. And it feels like the cars merged, so. Yeah, still the same. So this one's Odie and Matt Field. Oh, this one actually looks pretty good.
Back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Down. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down,
yeah, the only thing is the chain link fencing, right? You can see the blurriness of the chain link fence right in front, so that's a bit of a distraction. Hey Pop Funko, how's it going? I needed to go through some of my photos, my backlog of photos from the past couple weeks, and figured I try out a creator editing live stream and see how it does. Yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening. Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson phase, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope like I'm back again. This chain link fencing really, I feel like it really changed the focus or the sharpness of Odie's car, especially here on the front. So not too stoked about it, but people feel away but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you as you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I bust a nut, she be like, baby, where you going? Never slow it down. It's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably know it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Let's bring up the magenta a little bit more. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back, low, we back against so highly. This that back in my back, low, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back, low, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my. Here's some of my favorite shots from that day, which I already actually edited a while ago. Do I change this? That shot. Yeah, so at one of my previous jobs, Odie, this is Odie Bakshi. He was one of my he was driving for one of my former companies that I worked at, and so yeah, always rooting for Odie. But I'm super happy I got the shot. Fairly clean shot, minus the chain link fence. But then I got super lucky with this image over here, where his car ended up just in the middle of one of the chain link fences. And so I think this is one of the nicest shots I've ever gotten at Formula Drift. So got super lucky with this image. Although I think I want to bring up the yellow a little bit more. Back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow. Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening. Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene. Oh, this one's pretty nice and sharp. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson phase, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again, busy at the Millies, out on Club Hurst. Give the word if it's a cinch, love forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain, really bust the band, then you throw it. We was steady having it. Yeah, I don't keep up with Formula Drift all that much anymore, and so there's a lot of people, a lot of new drivers that I don't recognize.
She be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down. It's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Blood is showing tell, but all my know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going back to back.
I'll crop in just a little bit. I think I want to see less of the track or the road itself. So again, going by the rule of thirds, I'm having about 1/3 of the photo as the road, and then 2/3 of not the sky, but the seating. Having that rule of thirds split, I feel like makes it a little bit more balanced. Yeah. So. Too much. This one looks not too bad. Yeah, so just messed up my tracking for these two shots. This one looks okay. Missed my tracking. Missed my tracking. These look okay. Yeah, not really feeling it. Nope. Yeah, I didn't really like the composition of this one, so missed my tracking again on this one. I think with the way that the car is moving, I wish this car was more over here, on this line right here. I think that would have made the image feel less awkward or more open, I think. Because I know the car is naturally moving this way, I feel like if I was able to shoot this car where it was in this position of the frame, it would have looked a lot better, but then there's also the chase car behind him, which that also affects the shot as well. So not really feeling any of these photos. I think I was shooting with the 70-200 here. I must have been shooting with the 70-200. Okay, so this one, I feel like the image isn't as awkward because the cars aren't like right in front of each other, and so they're not like stacked on top of one another. So I'm gonna go ahead and play around with this one. Lost time, catching up quick as it end and come back, and the feelings creeping again. The contact of some years deep in the skin, I can't explain. It's raining, I'm shining, still storming. Ain't love, it feels so foreign, but ain't it coming for me? I'm gonna try to straighten this one out a little bit. What line am I gonna use? Like that. I think it can look cool with the car on the right 1/3 and have the left side open. Yeah, I don't know why for me it seems really strange, but maybe I'm just too critical. Let's see how. Didn't edit this one too much. Let's go back to that other one. Yeah, because if I crop in too much, I think it looks a little bit too... Yeah, it's a little bit out of focus. I don't think I was shooting with a fast enough shutter speed, or I had too much camera movement in. So I was trying to track it at the same time, and I think I was trying to balance the mix of having not a super fast shutter speed where you see the car in motion, right? Because you don't, like with this shot, with a really fast shutter speed, you'll not get that sense of motion. And with this one, I don't think you get too much motion with it compared to like this one, right? If you look at the background, there's a lot more smearing. There's a lot more smearing of the background elements, and I think I did a decently good job of keeping OD in check here, in focus here, not in check. And so I think when you have a faster shutter speed, you lose out on the smearing of the out of focus elements or the of the background. So I think this one and like this one, what shutter speed was I shooting with this? I don't have that info, or I don't know how to check, but yeah, with these two shots, why I'm super happy and stoked with these is because I think I matched the speed of the car while I was tracking them, and then got like a pretty good sense of motion in these images versus with this one, I don't really get that same sensation, because if you look at the background here, it doesn't look like it's moving. It just looks out of focus. So maybe that's why I'm super critical about this image. It's not the composition itself. It's that I didn't get that motion look that I was trying to achieve. Yeah, since the cars sort of have to come through this corner and are moving towards me at towards the camera in more or less a straight line, you don't have that option to get that to track with them and to get that motion of the background. Yeah, like this one, I think the shutter speed was pretty fast for this one, so I'm not getting as much background smearing in this shot. I've already played with this one. More laptop photos by the track. I think there was some downtime. That's Matt. I'm gonna edit this photo of Matt. I wish this other photographer was in here. But yeah. Dang it. I think this would have been a nice shot if he was in here, but I did not take more for some reason. I think these are also shot with the 200 to 600, so I was standing pretty far away. I might not have had a 70 to 200 or a 16 to 35, so I wasn't able to get as close compared to some of the other photographers or other media that was out there. may not even be that bad of a photo if the foreground person was more blurred. Yeah, maybe if they were closer to me, like maybe it would have added a nice foreground blur. I don't know if bokeh is the right word, but some sort of artifact. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me see. So this shot right here was, I think it was top 4 between Matt Field and Frederick Osbo. Osbo let off the gas or whatever. He had a de-acceleration that caused Matt to crash into him and into a wall, and so we were waiting for Matt's car to get pulled off the track, and he was just here waiting, I think while they were cleaning the track. Let's see. So just people chilling. I really like this shot. I already edited beforehand, but whoopsies, what did I just hit? Oh, this actually looks pretty good. That down, change the white balance a little bit. Yeah, so we're getting to sunset time or dusk, and so the lighting conditions were, we were losing light. So since we're trying to get back into the swing of things when it comes to live streaming, if there's anything that you guys would like to see, any specific products you'd like us to focus on, any ideas, they're greatly appreciated. Next week we're going to try to do a PC build live stream with the new X670E Tomahawk Wi-Fi motherboard, and it's the new AM5 motherboard. I think with the 7600 X3? No. I think I have either a 7600X or 7800X, but we'll do a PC build live stream next week. We thought about incorporating the Hot Ones challenge with the PC build live stream, but I don't want to get any of our parts dirtied or covered in hot sauce. So I think we'll see how the first live stream goes without any hot sauce, and then we'll introduce it later on if it goes well. Working on the highest end laptop MSI makes would be cool to see. So I think there's some qualifiers to that statement, right? Because are we talking about gaming laptops or creator laptops, or business and productivity, right? So right now I'm using on our, I would say maybe like a mid-range Prestige 16 Studio, but depending on if you want to be, if you need a laptop that's like that's primarily just for gaming, then you have our Titan or the Raiders, right? So pure performance and power. Okay, so it sounds like, James, you're more interested in seeing the in either the Titan or the the Titan GT77 or the Raider GE78 or 68 series laptops, and so they're the newest. They're the newest and like most powerful, I would say. They're thick laptops, and so for me, like I like to have a laptop that's somewhat easy to carry around, just because I like to travel with the backpack a lot, and those laptops might not exactly fit my current backpack. But yeah, you know what? Like it, I will check with our laptop team to see if we can borrow one for a future stream. Yeah, I wish I got a little bit more of the. So this is one of my favorite images from Formula Drift. I wish I got a little bit more of the rest of the car, but I just thought this was a nice. I just really love this photo, and I don't know why. How many laptop screens are daylight visible? I'm not entirely sure. Like to use in broad daylight. I haven't used all of our laptops to know for certain, but what I would say is with the laptops that I have used, you would probably still want to be in the shade. Like the so for example, this is the Prestige 6. No, not this one. So this is our Prestige 16 Studio, and this was on full brightness outside, and this is kind of what I saw while I was out there. And so being in broad daylight, I don't think we have many laptops that can do that, but once I was in the shade, then everything looked perfectly fine. It was usable. So yeah, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna grab some water really quick. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next day. So this is Tim, or this car is my coworker or colleague Tim. He recently bought this new Genesis car. It's a beautiful blue, and I thought, hey, since I have the 200-600, why not drive up to Angeles Crest and give it a try? And even for the turnout that we were at, it was a pretty big turnout. Even the 200-600 was still way too long and way too close. So yeah, even when we were up there, there was still snow, some remnants of snow that day on the mountains, which is very surprising for Southern California. Let's see. I swear this is not a Genesis ad. One thing that is missing in my kit right now, I think, is a polarizer, which I'm kind of conflicted because the polarizer will reduce the reflections here, but then, yeah. I didn't have a polarizer that was big enough for the 200 to 600, so even if I have one here in the studio when I'm shooting some of the product photos here, just because laptops or like desktops, a lot of our products have a lot of reflections on them, so having a polarizer really helps reduce the reflections when it comes to product photos or like car photography. But the 200 to 600, like the filter, the threading, I can't remember the exact terminology right now, but it was such a massive lens that my polarizer didn't even fit properly. My polarizer would have been way too small. Clarity. I used to love turning blue cars purple, but turn some awkward to blue? Turn some of this green to more yellow. Zoom enhance. A little bit warmer. Too warm, too warm, too warm. I think I'm going to make the image a little bit warmer just to make the blue stand out a little bit better. Oh my god. The laptop just blue screened on me. Give me a sec while the laptop reboots. I have no idea why. Alright, let me switch back to the laptop screen. Awkward. So I have a bit of a reputation here. For some reason, when I get my hands on any laptop, they tend to break. Yeah, so it seems it's like a running joke that like the laptops I touch will break in some way. Like I have like a death touch. So yeah. Okay, cool. It saves some of my work. I think I was playing around with making this more of a warmer tone. Yeah, my coworker jokes and yells at me to not touch some of the new laptop samples that come in because they do tend to blue screen after I touch them for some reason. Is okay, I'm gonna move on to the next one. I think I'll just copy this one and then paste. Yeah, for a vertical story. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. Let's take a look at my car. Can you see how dirty my car is? Yep, you can see exactly how dirty my car is. Ooh, I quite like this one. And then turn down the brightness. And my GT70. It happened so fast I didn't even look at I forgot to look at the error code. Yeah, God. I need to clean my car. It's so dirty. Yours is more dirty. So what was cool was when we were up there, there's some people that were just hanging out there, enjoying the view, enjoying nature, so to speak. And I sneakily captured some images of this stranger. We chatted for a little bit while we were up there. It was pretty nice meeting this person. Highlights. Alright, so for this image, because it's not car related, it's more of nature and person, I'm going to go ahead and use some of these presets that I bought from Short Stash. They give a very earthy and nostalgic tone to these images. And is it cheating for using someone else's presets? Yeah, probably. But there's just something about the look of these presets that I absolutely love, especially when it comes to photographing people and especially in nature. So right now the image is very, very warm, I would say. If I cool down the highlights, the green comes out a little bit in the background. More shadows. Cool shift, warm shift. Yeah, I like this so far because it feels like there's a balance of warmth and cool in this image. Yeah, dude, like this just feels very filmic to me. I think I want to bring up the shadows a little bit for this person. Let's see how that looks before and after. It's very slight, very subtle, but I wonder, is there any data left in the sky right here? Nope, there's no data left. I wonder if I can tint it a little bit. I'm not gonna mess with this. Wait. I tend to like to do each photo manually. It's more time consuming, but no two edits are the same. It's probably also why I get tired of editing. Yeah, usually when I start a new photo editing session, I'll go through each photo manually, unless it's from the same burst. For example, at Formula Drift, if it's if it's one run and like I do 10 shots at the same time, and if I like multiple photos from that set, I'll usually just edit one photo and then copy and paste that into that same set. But then if it's another run, you know, lighting conditions are maybe a little bit different, so then I'll go in and tweak it manually and play around with it. But yeah, even doing that, I get tired pretty easily. So. Hey, okay. I wish I had shot. I think there was something about this turnout where I couldn't get exactly perpendicular with this car, with Tim's car. As you can see, the tires aren't stacked on top of one another, so you don't get that exact silhouette. So, but I just thought I just really like this background and with the car, so I should have asked him to actually help me to move his car so it was more perpendicular to me or more parallel with this background. So that was, and we had a lot of time too, so I was just being lazy because we were there. I think we were there waiting for sunset for an hour or two, and yeah, don't know why I got super lazy. Let's see, should I do dehaze? I'll do a little bit of dehaze. Bring the shadows down, maybe bring the midtones also down. Highlights. Oh, we'll keep the highlights on. There's a little bit more color to the entire image overall. Let's see. I'll bring the blue up, but I don't want to make it too saturated. Ooh, I like that better. So I made the overall image a little bit warmer, so it was less blue on the mountains in the background, and I think this really helps make the car stand out from the background itself. I thought the blue was blending in a little bit too much with the background, and so I think just making this slight white balance adjustment towards a warmer tone helped it overall to help to draw more attention or more focus to the car itself. I should remember to save this. I don't know if Tim is here. Yeah, there was so much snow on the not so much snow, but there was some amount of snow on the mountaintop. I was surprised because when we first got up there, I looked at it, it looked really white, and I thought, wow, is that just really bright sand or dirt that's on the mountaintop? Yeah. Try to do some, try to get some nature shots of the mountain using the long focal length, but I just haven't quite mastered or understood how to photograph nature with a really long lens. The background is too bright. distracts from the car. I think it's okay. Was it this one? No, it was this one. I do think this part is too bright. The windshield. I think that's a bit distracting. Oh, huh. All right, Panther. I think you're onto something. I do like the look of this more, but I do think the car is a little bit too dark now. This definitely gives me more of that sunset vibe. Oh, let's see. Can the subject auto-detect cars? Oh, it can. Let's grind this up a little bit. How does that look? Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. What does this do now? This looks a little bit unnatural. How do Oh, wait. Do I go for the faded look? I want the blue to pop a little bit more. Can you bring down the highlights of the sky? Let me try. But I don't think there's too much data left in there. Oh, there's a nice little gradient. Now I think this is too dark, so I don't think I'm going to bring down the highlights all the way to 100. But there's now more color in the sky, which I wouldn't have tried unless until Panther suggested it. So thank you, Panther. But I'm loving the direction that this is moving towards. I don't think I could bring the exposure down too much more. If I up the contrast of the sky, I still want it to be a little bit bright here, because if I bring it down too much, it looks a little bit too unnatural. So I think if I bump the contrast up a little bit, I think that'll still look a little bit more natural looking. Let me try an S-curve here. Yeah, I think just that part on the right side is, there's just nothing there, because no matter how far down I bring that section is just pure white. So I think that part will just stay, will just not have any detail no matter how much I bring that section down. But this gives it a little bit flatter look. I think that looks a lot better. Wow, going from this to this. I'm very surprised how much data that this raw image had saved, so. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the suggestion, Panther. It was really nice. Let's see. Yeah, so let me take a look at this one. Yeah, so this one, there's more mountains that I see, but there's not a lot of color in this image compared to the last one, because the sun was directly above here somewhere. The sun was setting down in this direction, so I expect it to be a lot more blown out. What camera do you shoot with, Panther? Increase the blue just a little bit. I wonder if I could change the hue from yellow to no, not liking that too much. .5D Mark III, nice. I also used to shoot with the 5D Mark III. But yeah, DSLRs and like the mirrors are just so heavy now. But it's not about the camera, it's about the photographer. Let's try this guy. No, that doesn't look good. If I do a linear gradient, I don't think that's gonna look good either. Can't bring it down too much. If I do a tint. I don't think that looks too good. Yeah, I thought I made a mistake. I think I made a mistake with the placement of the car here during sunset, because I really like this background element because there's a valley there. I thought the way that the sun was setting plus having that in the background was going to provide like a really nice orange glow as the sun was setting, but I think it was just way too overpowering. Yeah, so like I'm getting a ton of glare from the sun and getting these flares. Yeah, because even there's not much you could really see in the background there. Mirrorless would be nice, but I don't need to invest more into a new system when photography is just a hobby. Too many hobbies, not enough money. Yep, I know how it feels. I'm looking at a anamorphic lens from Siri, like a 50mm, just because I really want to play around with the anamorphic lens, but it's $1,500, and I don't want to spend that kind of money. Car looks a little bit purple back here. Reducing the highlights, yeah. Reducing the highlights helps to bring out some of the amounts in the background, but if I dial this purple slider back and make it a little bit more blue, so the car looks more blue in general. Sunset was, oh, there's two. Just trying to practice my portraits while we're waiting for sunset. Okay, so we are a lot closer to sunset now. Let's try this one. Okay, so I think the sun is just below the horizon right here, so hopefully. Okay, I got a lot more color in the sky now. Yeah, I forgot my ND filters. I actually, I thought about this after the fact, but having the ND filter, like the gradient ND filters that only go down halfway, yeah, I don't have any in my toolkit, so that's something that might have to think about if I'm gonna do more photography, landscape photography or sunset photography, but yeah, just to not think about it. Decrease, increase. I'm going to make this image a lot more orange. Let me do a linear gradient. Deepen the blacks, up the shadows a little bit. Yeah, I'm a little bit conflicted right now. So this looks. I think the shadows are up just a little bit too much. Like I want the ground to be darker. You know what? Let me delete this linear gradient. Do a subject. So this is going to look a little bit unnatural. That's not it. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I think this looks okay. I think I'm gonna bring the highlights of the car back up a little bit. And the shadows down. I might have to tweak this a little bit more later on, but it's now 5 p.m. here. So I'm about ready to sign off for this week's casual Friday's live stream. Let's see. But yeah, if you've been watching this, thank you for tuning in. You know, we're still trying to find our grounding and trying new things here and there. Yeah, today I've been editing on the Prestige 16 Studio. It was newly released, announced earlier this year. So this Prestige laptop is part of our business and productivity line. So if you need something more lightweight and portable that's also got a decent amount of power and performance to it, I'd say check out the Prestige 16 Studio. This one has the i7 and the i7 13700H processor with the GeForce RTX 4060 laptop GPU inside of it. I think this one has 32 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, and a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD in it. The screen itself, I'll go ahead and turn this around. The screen itself is a 16:10 aspect ratio display, mini LED. So the 16:10 gives a little bit more vertical space, so you have more room for your toolbars usually, and so you can see a little bit more. So that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you everybody who tuned in and hung out with me on this Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and yeah, see you in a week. Next week we'll do our PC build live stream. We'll be using the MAG X6ME Tomahawk, Wi-Fi with AMD's new AM5 motherboard, the AMD new 7000 series CPU. Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you next week. You gotta make a way, they can't that phase. Well, ain't no way I made a way. Call my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. What a good day to get paid today. Well, ain't no way I made a way. Call my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. Ball on the fuck, nigga, fade away. Hey. Ball on the fuck, nigga, fade away. Hey. Ball on the fuck, nigga, fade away. Hey.
My turn. Give a fuck about you feeling me. I'm in here healing my enemy. My phone been on D&D, up it's 9 in, nigga reaching me. My life been teaching me. And you know I come from where them trenches be. I get income and then some, I split some a day when